What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. Uh, it it appears as if some of these protests have gotten completely out of hand. Now, I'm assuming most of you guys already felt that way to some degree, but it appears that the city government in New York actually took, or better yet, reclaimed Columbia University back. So some of the protesters at that particular school have been arrested. They're facing charges. I don't think any of them would do jail time, but they now have a criminal record. A lot of them were charged with burglary and trespassing. I think the city of New York arrested like 300 people for that particular incident. But there's protesting at UCLA. There's protesting down in New Orleans, Madison, Wisconsin, so on and so forth. Literally all over the country, folks are protesting the war between Israel and Hamas, with a hell of a lot of innocent Palestinians in the middle of this. So the first thing we're going to be discussing is, because make no mistake about it, everyone is suggesting that under President Biden, we have a host of global conflicts that would not likely be taking place under President Trump. By the way, President Trump himself is suggesting that as well, that if he was currently in the White House, this stuff wouldn't be happening. So the first thing we're going to be tackling, the first thing we're going to be asking is, do you believe President Biden is responsible, or at least responsible in part, for what's going on in Israel? Do you blame President Biden for what's going on in Israel, at least in part? Also, the protests taking place all over the country, like I stated, they've gotten out of hand in a lot of cases. We're talking crimes being committed. Some Jewish students actually being the victim of violence. Folks are blocking their path, assaulting them, things like that. So that some of the Jewish students are actually becoming victims of a hate crime. So what we're going to be asking also is once again, is Biden letting things get out of hand? Does these protests, does the way this is going down, does it fall negatively on President Biden himself? Do you blame Biden for any of this? Now, President Trump actually got on Truth Social, believe it was yesterday, in all caps, Novocaine, yeah! Thank you for the hat mustache. President Trump got on Truth Social with 4 words. He typed in, "Stop the protests now," insinuating that government should stop those protesters. Now, obviously, we do have the very First Amendment. We talk about the First Amendment on here all the time, free speech, but it also grants you the right to assemble, which is gather and speak freely. So I don't know if he could do that, but we would ask right off the bat, in addition to suggesting whether President Biden is responsible for what's going on, do you think that if Trump was in office, he would stop it by literally taking away the First Amendment rights of those students? Because he's stated, stop the protest. How do you do that? How do you stop a protest without violating someone's First Amendment rights? So we'll talk about that. In addition, side topic. Now, the Trump trial in Alvin Bragg, New York City, is not going on today. We'll resume tomorrow, I believe. But what we want to ask in regards to that as a secondary topic is, folks believe that literally every court case, indictment that President Trump is going through is a witch hunt. Fair enough. Fair enough. But what we're going to be asking is, do you think he's innocent? Do you believe what they are charging Trump with? And here is what they are actually suggesting he did. He actually paid off Stormy Daniels to keep her sex story quiet because he thought it was going to harm his election chances. And he utilized his lawyer, Michael Cohen, to pay her off, and then later wrote down that the expense he used to reimburse Michael Cohen was a business expense when it was not. Whether you think that's a bullshit charge or not, whether you think they're stretching it or not, do you believe he actually did what they are charging him with? Do you believe he is actually guilty of what they are suggesting? That is what we're going to be talking about today. You know how the program is ran. It is, always will be MAGA friendly. Been that way since day one. It always will be. Liberals are welcome as well. But MAGA are my preferred guests. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone because we observe the First Amendment here as far as the social media services will allow us. We're on both YouTube and TikTok simultaneously. So I'm going to be asking you folks, do you believe President Trump, when he suggests stopping the protests, do you think he would actually violate folks' First Amendment rights? Looking in the comments, Kevin12303 says no fraud. Well, do you believe he is guilty of what they're charging him with? Or are you rewording it to some degree? Do you believe he paid off Stormy Daniels with money from Michael Cohen and then wrote on taxes or whatever the case may be that money was actually a business expense? Do you believe he actually did what they're suggesting he did? He is guilty, and it is a crime because that is fraud, says King Finn. America is falling apart one protest at a time. Wow. You got to elaborate on that. How is America falling apart? The one and only Country Hound Dog. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program. Do you fault Biden? Hound Dog, for the protest that's going on? Do you think that Biden is responsible for this stuff in any way? What say you?
All right, there's two sides to this coin, just like any.
Sure.
Okay. Yes, you're right. First Amendment, free speech, free right to protest, right to assemble, and make your voice be heard.
Right.
However, and with that being known, and they are in these campuses, they are allowing these people to do so.
Okay.
Rightfully so. However, what is happening is, as you mentioned, there are Jewish people who are getting interfered with, getting to their classes. And at that point, that's when these protests then go from being a legal First Amendment protected right to being illegal. And at that point, yes, they should be stopped and the protests should be dispersed.
Okay. Now, Trump didn't say all of that, though. I get your point.
Right.
But
no, he did not. But I'm sure that's what he was referring to.
Why are you so sure? Because keep in mind, when he said in reference to Colin Kaepernick, the former NFL player taking a knee, get that son of a bitch off the field, isn't taking a knee also protected by the First Amendment? Are you certain that Trump is okay with observing First Amendment rights?
He is okay with observing First Amendment rights so long as it don't go into anti-Semitism against America.
Okay.
And Kaepernick was doing just that. Now, keep in mind, Kaepernick is not all black. He's half white also.
Wait. How does him taking a knee? Wait, hold on. I'll let you continue. Hang on. I want to make sure I get clarity on this. How does him taking a knee equate to anti-Semitism against America? We're talking about Colin Kaepernick. Explain that.
Kaepernick claims that America does not afford people like him any chances whatsoever. Okay, he boasted out against America, called America, he tried to say the Betsy Ross flag was racist. There's nothing racist behind the Betsy Ross flag, okay? But Kaepernick started putting anti-Semitism out against America, taking a knee against a country that actually did afford him the opportunities to get to where he is at. So, and honestly, to me, for him to say, hey, look, this country ain't affording me nothing, ain't affording me the opportunities. It doesn't matter. I had a family who was willing to take me in. I'm going to speak out against America because I don't like this over here.
So let me ask you. Okay, hang on.
He could have done it different. I think he could have done it differently and been heard better than taking a knee.
Well, do you believe that when the anthem is playing, the citizens should be forced to stand?
You stand out of respect.
That ain't what I asked you, though. Should they be forced to stand?
And that's where it is protected under First Amendment speech. That's just like if you see somebody stomping on an American flag. I know you're all about America. You love America, right?
I think everybody does. People just don't see it.
If you saw somebody stepping on a flag, what would you do?
It ain't my place to get involved.
But, the thing is, it's First Amendment right for people to do that because it's a form of free speech.
So it's taking a knee, though, country.
And it is. But it doesn't mean I have to agree with him.
No, I don't.
And Trump disagreed with him and spoke his mind. And everybody lashed out against Trump, but yet they don't want to lash out against Kaepernick for saying.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
That's necessarily 100% true.
Here's the difference. You asked me, how would I react if I saw somebody stumbling on a flag or setting it on fire or whatever the case may be, and I say this is not my place. The difference is you said you agreed it's covered by the First Amendment, but you said I don't have to like it, which is true. But not liking something is not you doing physical action. I don't like watching somebody step on the flag, but I'm not getting involved. Trump suggested get that son of a bitch off the field. So he's taking action against somebody who's exercising their First Amendment rights.
Well, I mean, that's what he wants.
That's a violation of the First Amendment.
Well, no, saying that he wants him off the field ain't a violation. That is Trump's opinion.
Yeah, when you asked me...
What? Was he removed? No. He was still allowed to do this.
Yeah, but he
was still allowed to take a knee.
Right, but he is suggesting violating somebody's First Amendment. Now, he wasn't there to do it himself, but he is suggesting that you violate the man's First Amendment rights. Is he not doing that?
Well, and that is and he has the right to say that, but it did not happen.
Okay.
And that's a good thing.
Okay,
it is a good thing that it did not happen, that he did not get his First Amendment rights violated.
Here's the question.
I don't agree with Kaepernick, but he does have his right to do what he wants. But taking a knee for the national anthem, and actually, the game that he plays, football, American football, is solely American. Okay? That is 100% an American sport. It was invented here in America.
Oh, shit, I got a call. Hello? Hello? Okay. Oh, B. Oh, okay. Okay, the gynae. All right. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. Okay.